All right, let's just jump right in. What if you could actually make a profit from this whole creator economy thing, but without ever having to show your face on camera? Today, we're going to dig into a really fascinating new model that completely flips the script. We're talking about turning content from, a super demanding job into a digital asset that you actually own. And it's all powered by AI. So, the big question is, how does this actually work, right? Well, we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the huge opportunity that's popping up where AI and the creator economy meet. Then, we'll get into the biggest problem most creators run into, just trying to scale up. After that, we'll walk through the automated system that's designed to fix that problem, talk about that sweet spot between human strategy and AI power, and then finally, we'll wrap up with the kind of investor mindset you really need to make this all click. Okay, so first things first, let's really set the stage here. This isn't just some random idea someone cooked up. It's a model that's literally born from the collision of two absolutely massive, powerful trends that are completely reshaping our digital world as we speak. And this right here gets to the very heart of it. The whole model is built around this one pretty provocative question. What if you could own a media company without having to become a creator or a personality yourself? I mean, think about that. It's a huge shift away from the typical personal brand and that constant content treadmill. It's about moving towards building a system, an engine that just works for you in the background. So why is this idea so important right now? Well, it's because we're in the middle of a perfect storm, which you can kind of see here. On one side, you've got the creator economy just exploding. I mean, platforms are starving for content and they're paying big money for our attention. And on the other side, generative AI has just burst onto the scene, making it possible to create content at a scale that honestly was just unimaginable for a solo person or a small team until very, very recently. Yeah, this really nails the economics of the whole thing. You've got to think of platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. They're basically giant attention markets. Their entire business model is built on capturing your eyeballs, and believe me, they will pay a premium for any content that helps them do that. So what does that mean? It means there's a huge financial incentive to just, feed the machine. Okay, so if the opportunity is really that big, and platforms are basically just handing out money for attention, why isn't everyone a media mogul? It's a fair question, right? And the answer, as we're about to see, has nothing to do with a lack of good ideas. It all comes down to one thing: execution. And this quote from the source material, it just says it all, doesn't it? Content isn't hard. Execution at scale is. I mean, an idea for a video? That's the easy part. What's really hard, what separates the people who make it from those who don't, is that relentless day in, day out grind of actually doing the work at scale. It's about feeding that algorithm not just one time, but over and over again, with a ton of quality stuff. And this is the perfect way to picture it. It's a massive bottleneck. Just think about everything that has to happen for even one video. You've got to write the script, record the audio, edit the footage, make the thumbnail, write the description, post it consistently. I mean, for just one person or even a small team, it's a total logistical nightmare. This is exactly where burnout kicks in. And it's not because you ran out of ideas. It's because you just plain ran out of the capacity to do it all. So the question is, how in the world do you break through that bottleneck? Well, the answer this model gives isn't to just work harder, pull more all-nighters. No, it's to build a better machine, an automated workflow that does all the heavy lifting for you. And the absolute key to making this whole system work is something called a faceless channel. By getting rid of the need for a specific person to be on camera, you completely separate the content from an individual. And this is absolutely critical. Why? Because it means the channel's value isn't tied to a person. It's tied to the information in the system itself. And that makes it a real transferable, even sellable asset, not just a personal brand that dies if you stop. And here it is, the 4-step production line. You can really see the flow here. Step 1, it all starts with human strategy. The big picture decision of what niche you're going to go after. Step 2, AI jumps in and takes over all the heavy lifting of the actual creation. Then, step 3 is all about systematically publishing and tweaking things. And finally, step 4, you monetize all that attention you've captured. See? It's much more like a factory than an art studio. Now, this is a really important distinction to make. The folks behind this model, they're not selling you a how-to course. This isn't DIY. They're offering a done-for-you service. So it's positioned as an investment vehicle, not a new job you have to learn. The best way to think about it is like a rental property. You own the asset, but you have a property manager who handles all the day-to-day headache. But look, Whenever you hear the words AI automation, a pretty natural question pops up, right? So, where do people fit in? Are we just trying to replace humans here? The answer is a clear no. This whole model is actually built on a really specific and strategic partnership between human brains and machine efficiency. And this table just lays out that partnership perfectly. AI handles all the grunt work, right? The speed, the scale, the repetitive stuff. The human acts as the CEO. You're the one setting the high-level strategy, you're the one doing quality control, and you're making the big decisions about growth. To put it another way, you're the architect, and AI is your tireless construction crew. And that right there, that's the core philosophy. AI isn't the strategist, it's the ultimate productivity tool. It's here to completely demolish those execution bottlenecks we talked about, the things that hold so many creators back. And it's this combination, human-led but AI-powered, that's designed to create a genuinely valuable media asset. It's what separates this from all that low-effort, purely automated junk we're all starting to see flood the internet. Okay, this brings us to the final, and I would argue the most crucial piece of this entire puzzle. The tools are great, the workflow is smart, that's all one thing, but for this model to actually work, it requires a complete and total shift in your mindset. You have to stop thinking like a creator, and you have to start thinking like an investor. And this slide just visualizes those two paths perfectly. Over on the left, you've got the classic creator hustle, which, let's be honest, is really just another job. You're stuck on a hamster wheel, trading your time directly for money. But on the right, you have the asset. This is the investor who built a system, a machine that works for them, generating revenue while they can focus on other things. One is just a job. The other is a true digital property. So who is this actually for? Well, as you can see, it's pretty specific. This is not for the hands-on creator who just loves the process of making stuff. And it is definitely not for anyone looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. Now, this is for the long-term thinker, the investor. It's for the kind of person who understands that it's better to plant a tree today so you can enjoy its shade 10 years from now, instead of just chasing a quick buck tomorrow. And all of this leaves us with a really big, thought-provoking question. As AI starts to automate more and more of the actual doing, where does the real value lie anymore? This model suggests that value is shifting away from the craft of creation and towards the strategy of ownership. So maybe it's no longer about who can make the best video, but about who can build the best system. And that idea, well, that might just be the future of the entire creator economy.